go through the Level 2 award in HACCP. That's HACCP for manufacturing or catering, and in some respects even retail. So it'll be a series of modules that I'm going to go through, all by PowerPoint presentation. The modules are going to cover, there were 14 altogether. The first one, I'll be looking at a course introduction and an understanding of food safety. Module 2 will cover hazards. Module 3 is all about prerequisite programs. Module 4 are the legal requirements and HACCP principles. Module 5 we'll be looking at preparing for implementation of HACCP. Module 6 is all about flow diagrams. Module 7 hazard analysis. Module 8 control measures. Module 9 critical control points. Module 10 critical limits, target levels and tolerances. Module 11 takes us on to monitoring. Module 12 corrective actions. Module 13 verification. Module 14 documentation. So the course outcomes, there are two lots of course outcomes. At the end of the course, delegates will be able to recognise and define common HACCP terms and state the principles of HACCP, and that's how you pronounce it, it's HACCP, although there's no A after the second C before P. Recognise the need for a systematic approach for food safety management. Outline the stages involved in implementing HACCP. Identify common food hazards and controls. Explain the importance of identifying critical control points. Explain the process and monitoring. Describe HACCP verification procedures. On the second sheet, delegates will also be able to explain the process of monitoring, describe the purpose of corrective action in HACCP, outline the importance of verifying, reviewing and documenting HACCP systems in a catering environment, describe the documentation and records needed to support a HACCP system. So let's have a look at some definitions first of all. Food safety management is the overarching principle. But let's have a look at one definition, safe food. This is food which is free of contaminants and will not cause harm, illness or injury. And that's the whole ethos of HACCP, is to provide food which is safe. So food which is safe to eat by the consumer, it's not going to make them ill, there's not going to be anything in there which could cause damage or injury to the inside of their mouth. So from a customer point of view, we should be able to go out and expect safe food, demand safe food in fact, from the people that supply us with food that we buy, and in turn we as food handlers must provide food that is safe. It's the responsibility of all food businesses to implement a food safety management system. And a food safety management system are the policies, procedures, practices, controls and documentation that ensure the food sold by a business is safe to eat and is free from contaminants. We'll look at the major contaminants later on. There are 3 or 4 major contaminants which we'll look at. There's other types of food safety management systems. One is QA, quality assurance and end product testing. Assured safe catering, which really died a death in the late 80s. HACCP, which is what we'll be looking at in this course of modules. Safer food, better business, which along with safe catering and cook safe, individual HACCP systems developed for smaller businesses. NI is Northern Ireland, Cook Safe Scotland, in England and Wales is called Safer Food, Better Business. These, at the very least, the British government decided to be flexible with small businesses and said that, right, instead of having a full-blown HACCP system, you can use this smaller, although more robust, not as robust, well, it is as robust as the main HACCP system, but there's less paperwork involved because it depends really on the size and complexity of the business. And these systems can be downloaded free of charge from the Food Standards Agency's website. So HACCP, where did it all come from? HACCP stands for Hazard Analysis Critical Control Points. This is usually more than one point. Some people say it's hazard critical control point. That's semantics. It's a food safety management system which identifies, evaluates, and controls hazards which are significant for food safety. It was commissioned in NASA in 1959 to produce safe food for US astronauts. Because you can imagine if astronauts went into space and had food poisoning, the symptoms of which can be sickness and diarrhea, they'd fill up their spacesuit with their own bodily fluids and probably drown. So they didn't want that to happen. It was a system that was developed from the jet engine fighters during the late 40s and early 50s. They developed a system from that and sort of changed it and to make it more flexible for use in the food industry. It was first published in 1973 by the Pillsbury Dough Corporation. It was developed and promoted internationally by the World Health Organization, by the FAO, which is the Food and Agricultural Organization of the United Nations, the NACMCF, which stands for the National Advisory Committee on Microbiological Criteria for Foods, and the Food Standards Agency. And the Codex Alimentarius Commission said is the most effective system of food safety assurance. Now, the Codex Alimentarius Commission, CAC, was put together by the WHO and the FAO, and it consists of government officials from every country throughout the world.
Thank you for watching our video. Please take a moment to visit our website by clicking on the link below. We'll see you there.